And we are live, guys. How you doing, Clyve? You doing all right?
I'm doing all right, Chris. How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just been busy with work, as the usual. What
Nice.
you wearing watch wise? You wearing anything, or you just wearing the Apple Watch?
Well, I'm alternating between the Young Hands, which is on the screen right now, and the Apple Watch.
Okay, nice, nice. I'm wearing that Smiths right now before I go to work. So
Nice.
yeah, these are
Well,
fun little
I
watches.
sorry.
I was just saying these are fun little watches, man.
I think they are. This is where I think the fun is right now. Um, this is Marlboro country.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to where the flavor is.
You talking about like the $500 to like $2,000 mark?
Yeah, I'm just talking about funky little vintage watches.
Yeah, I got you.
Kind of a bummer. I went and got another test, hoping it'd be negative, and I'm still positive. So can't go in the courthouse, can't do this, can't do that. So it's
That
pretty much,
sucks.
yeah, pretty much. So this week is I actually went to the office for like like half a day yesterday and today. But one of the things that my partner and I do is we try not to both be there at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's a rule that has served us well.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea because you don't want him or her sick either.
Yeah, so I told him about the results came back. He's like, "Get the fuck out of the office."
Yeah, he don't. I'm sure he doesn't want to catch it either.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got Bruce in the house, Thomas, Jason. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing today? What are you guys all wearing, watch wise? Got Hans. How's it going, Hans? Six Killer. What's going on, buddy? But yeah, no real topic. Just figure we can get on and chat for a little bit, unless you got a topic in mind, Clyde.
Well, and again, all right. Oh, here's this pain in the ass client. Let me try to. Sorry, I'm gonna have to try something real quick. God damn, fucking pain in the ass. All right, so let me talk amongst them. I'm gonna have to do something.
Okay. Bruce, you want me to throw you the link, Bruce? I can add you in if you want. Jason's still wearing the Zelos. I see it. You still in the honeymoon with that Zelos, Jason? Okay, cool, Bruce. I'll throw you the link out here in a second. So give me a second here, guys. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. But like I said, no real topic today. Just figured to get on and see what you guys are doing. I know I'll have to go to work till 9 tonight, so a little bit of free time in the evenings now. I was telling Clyde this remodel at work is kicking my you know what. All right, that should work, Bruce. Nice, Jason. So you still honeymooning with that? I can see why. Zelos makes great watches, especially for the price. Like me and Clyde were talking about earlier, that $500 to $2,000 price range, you could have so much fun with watches in that price range, guys. It just goes to show you that you don't have to spend a lot of money just to have fun with watches. And Thomas was wearing the Vostok Europe M1 Rocket. Nice. Vostok Europe makes some pretty cool watches. Not to be confused with the regular Vostok. Timex Expedition. Nice. You can't go wrong with those. I got a couple of those laying around the house. Mark P in the house.
Sorry, so completely wasted 5 minutes. So
You good?
it's typical. Well, yeah, and again, I think right now these are the sort of things where I think the Where I think the fun is, where the bargains are, where I think the joy of collecting is.
Definitely. Like, look at the hammy I picked up for 200. I think it was like $250. I picked that up for.
And that's a micro brand, right?
No, the Hamilton.
Oh yeah, hammy. Okay.
Khaki. Yeah.
Well,
and that's got the Swiss edit movement and all that too. So I mean,
right. But yeah, it's not bad. Not bad for a Hamilton.
no, yeah. And then that little Islander I picked up for like $226 on Black Friday.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, not my cup of tea. I mean, of the two, I'd rather have vintage.
Yeah.
Even though you can't quite get them for quite that cheap. You used to be able to, but yeah. No, I wouldn't be above looking at a good micro brand or a enthusiast brand watch.
Definitely. I actually been kind of eyeing Monta again.
Now, I also got a phone call. Dr. Baby.
How's it going, Bruce? How you doing, bud?
Good.
Is he on here or did he?
Bruce?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just joined. He's in the chat with us. What's going on, man?
Not much. Can you hear me?
Oh, that Bruce. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, Rancher. Yeah, not the famous Bruce. not Spruce Williams.
Gotcha. I'm just a little bummed today, man.
I heard you said that you were still positive.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. As long as you feel better and you're not in the hospital, that's the main thing.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I don't think I've remained this positive about anything.
Yeah.
But I'm bumped. Hey, Mark P, Hansi, Jason, what's up, guys?
Picked up a nice little sale on some ham. So
nice.
Yeah. It was like Aldi's. So it was like spiral sliced, hickory smoked, honey glazed, 85 cents a fucking pound.
Hey, you can't go wrong with that.
No. So I, of course, picked one, and I picked one up for my daughter and the drama mama. And I tell you what, getting that back to the house, it felt like the Baton Death March. I was starting to wonder if I was going to make it.
You need to just rest, my friend. Just rest. That's it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, drink a lot of emergency again. I don't know if that'll help or not.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Good for the system, though.
I've got plenty of it. So, but one of the things we're talking about is, and you guys are going to hate away. Just go ahead and hate away now. But I remember years ago, Tristan from Leo and Ferris, one of his pieces of advice was, if you find an oversized Swiss chronograph in good shape, in good condition, for a good price, go ahead and get it, because he said they're starting to dry up.
Wise words.
Yep, and I can't. I'm starting to see it. The thing is, everyone looks at everything right now, and there's kind of a lack of vision, quite frankly.
Okay.
And people think the current situation is going to be like this forever. And
God, I hope not. It better not be.
Other than not being able to buy Rolex, I think that's completely wrong.
Yeah.
Things do change. But I've got some really, and even Phillips Auction was saying, condition. Don't pay more attention to the brand than the condition of the timepiece. I think that's also correct. So if you get Swiss timepiece, especially chronograph over 36 millimeters, I'd hate to say it, but $800 or below, you might want to seriously consider it if you love the watch.
Right.
Okay.
And that is a big caveat is if you love the watch.
I wouldn't mind a Breitling. What is it? The top time?
That has absolutely nothing to do with the topic I was just talking about. Okay, sure.
No, I mean the vintage.
I like oranges. Okay,
the vintage ones is what I'm talking about.
well, okay, that halfway does to do, but you're not gonna. But just because it has Breitling on it, you're gonna pay a premium.
Yeah.
You know, it would be a good thing to do while you have this downtime, Rancher.
What's that?
Take a true stock of your collection and maybe put together, be it live or record it, a state of the collection video.
Fuck, man, those boxes are heavy.
Question is, how many of those boxes do you have?
More than two?
Yeah, it's multiple blankets worth.
Exactly.
You have to bring out the famous or infamous Indian blanket.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're not all going to fit on that Indian blanket.
Not even with shorthand.
But yeah, I mean, first of all, back in the day, getting back to what Clyde was saying, they didn't make there weren't a lot of chronographs that were bigger than 36 millimeters. So if you can find them and you can find them in decent shape and you love it, it probably is going to be a smart buy. Because I mean, spent a long time looking for a decent sized birth year watch in decent condition, not necessarily a chronograph. I was just looking at anything. And it's when you go back, into the 70s, 60s, 50s, it's slim pickings for anything that's bigger than 36. And I had to settle for 35.5 for my Omega Seamaster 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I know what the Omega probably has, though. Contrast.
There you go. It does.
Bruce loves every time I do that.
Every time.
So, vintage, I'd say go real life. I would say get acquainted with the people in your watch wanking neighborhood. And, go out there and find the bargains.
Is it worth going to pawn shops anymore?
It depends on the pawn shop, but yeah. Because here's why. If the pawn shops list their shit on the internet, no.
Right.
It's not.
I mean, because at least around my area, there's still some old-timey pawn shops that are small mom and pop ones.
Yeah, I would say pawn shops. I would also say people that fix watches. Go over there and look for stuff. Ask if they have anything. Ask if they're working on anything. Because sometimes they'll say, "Oh yeah, well I've got this one that I'm working on the back. I'm restoring the movement to it. I'm about halfway done. You may give you a call when I'm done with it." I'm like, "Yeah, please, thank you."
And Slatsman's got a question for you, Clyde. He's asking what you think of the Omega Seamaster with Piguet base movement married to the 3330. He can get one dirt cheap, like 3,500, new box and papers tag.
Okay, well, and thank you for not throwing out reference numbers and pretending I know what the hell they are.
It's a Seamaster with a GMT.
Yeah,
he's saying.
Seamaster with the GMT. Okay. So instead of me trying to bluff my way through this and pretend like I know what the fuck I'm talking about specifically, what I would say is do your research. Go on eBay. Look for completed listings. Go on Watch Recon. And if you can, type in the 25-digit reference number and see what collectors are trading them to each other for, and only then look on Chrono 24. PGA movement, PSA movement. I prefer a later one with coaxial, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's, like I said, there's just a whole bunch of maybes and depends. Now, if you want to more in depth, send me some information. Send me some pictures. ClyveWatchWrangler@gmail.com. That Wrangler has a W and a anyway.
L.
Yeah, L. So, and I'll take more of a detailed look at it.
There you go.
God knows I got the fucking time. On the plus side, Big Sis, her kids are still in Kansas, so she's quite the gourmand. So she's like bringing stuff over here half the time. I'm like, well, as my first sponsor once told me, never turn down free food.
Definitely.
Yes. And frankly, sometimes at night, I just don't have the freaking energy.
And then Thomas has got a good point. He said too many pawn shops, like he said, are business chains that advertise online these days. We got a couple here at the beach that are kind of like a chain. It's like Dick's Pawn or whatever. They all advertise online.
But
We got a couple locals though.
And one thing about pawn shops, okay, if they just got it in, just let it sit. Unless they price it so low, it's ludicrous.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they get something off pawn, where the person's finally defaulted on it, at first they think they're jewelers.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that thing sits there for a while, then they start remembering, oh, that's right, we're a pawn shop. How are we going to get the money back on that loan?
Well, that's like that. Remember, I think I went into Dick's that one time that I told you they had that sub. It was a date, and I think they wanted like 12 or 13,000 for it or something like that, and it was like only a couple years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. You said Dick's were going into you?
No. Dick's Pawn Shop. It's a local pawn shop chain here.
Gotcha.
But yeah, remember that one time I told you I went into one and they had a sub date there and they wanted like 12, 13 grand for it. It was only like a couple years old. It was in great condition, but I was like, that's a little high.
Yeah. It's just like you guys seem to think you're a jeweler. You're not. Yeah. So what's going to happen to Dick's is they're either going to advertise on the internet and they might even sell it. Jewels of the world.
I'll be right back, guys.
Good. But you sound like the ESPN theme song there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
action news.
Man, how about my my Tigers? By the way, it looks like they'll be in the playoffs the first round against Ohio State. Speaking of football,
well, good.
And then the Browns actually got a shot at the playoffs this year. The first year in 20 years, Cleveland might be in it.
So, what were you? Okay.
The pawn shops.
Yes. So yeah, pawn shops. Sometimes watch repair places are good places to look because it's just like cars. They're presented with the bill. They don't pay the bill. Then the car goes to the mechanic under mechanics lien.
Mm-hmm. See you later, Mark. Catch you later, bud. But yeah, definitely. That's and like you said, the smaller ones are the way to go. You guys have probably got a couple kind of chain ones too around Oklahoma, huh? Pawn shops.
Oh, we do, but a lot of them just really don't advertise online. I don't know why, unless it's just stupidity or laziness, or maybe they don't want to pay anyone. They can actually use the internet.
It's like I said, the big one here, we got like 4 or 5 here at the beach. I think the same guy owns all of them. There's like one in North Myrtle Beach, one down in Myrtle's Inlet, Holly's, whatever. There's one in Conway. They're all over the place here.
But yeah, and see, I don't know if sometimes buying a Rolex that's almost become a minefield when you think about it.
Uh-huh.
When you get it from a third party,
definitely.
If it's too cheap, then it's like, what the hell is wrong with this? or you can pay more from some schmuck that thinks they're a legitimate watch reseller, and also wonder what the hell is anything wrong.
Now, would you be comfortable paying just a little bit more, like if we're somebody like David SW or somebody?
Reputable, yeah. David SW has a good reputation.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, what'll happen a lot is sometimes the smarter pawn shops they'll get like a 16610, a pre-ceramics date, and it's just like $6,900, or they'll price it right below the current Rolex non-date.
Yeah.
It's just like that's kind of a dick move, guys.
Like I was actually looking on Roman's site yesterday, and they had the Polar Explorer 2 for about 10. That's actually not too bad, is it?
Okay, the 42 millimeter, I guess.
Yeah, with the orange hand.
It's not bad. I guess.
What, after taxes? They're about 9, aren't they?
Yeah, which I suppose isn't horrible. But it's just like, like I said, not too long ago, I picked up a black dial one for $7.
Yeah. Slatsman's asking, have you ever used Bob's? I've never bought from Bob's watches, so I can't say. I know he sponsors, I believe, what is it, Teddy?
Yeah.
Teddy, and I think there's one other channel he sponsors, I think, though.
But, yeah, well, let's see. I guess I have got one from Feds. That's one, but that's almost more like a personal relationship.
Yeah.
The Van Cleef & Arpels I got from a seller in Switzerland. So,
okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
You good, Bruce? How's work been? You guys been ramping up lately? Been busy?
It's busy with the holidays for sure.
Don. Sorry.
Hey, what was that? The ESPN theme song, Bruce?
No, it's actually the Hartford Whalers goal song from back in the day.
Okay.
When they'd be introduced on the ice, and after they scored a goal, they played that song. It's called Brass Bonanza.
Okay. Man. How about the game Sunday night, by the way?
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah,
but
I watched it. I watched it. Yeah. Your team did well. My team did not, with its backup quarterback and offensive coordinator with COVID.
What's going on this year? I think the Browns they're just kind of, their mojo's getting there. I guess they're kind of jiving together,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's happening.
Hansi, I got a seasonal job, so.
And maybe OBJ might have been part of our problem too.
Well, he was definitely part of ours. Yes, Slatsman, I miss Pucky the Whale too.
But sorry, back to watch. He's sidetracked with football.
No worries.
But, yeah, so what you wearing the bluesy today, Bruce?
I got the bluesy. I just gravitate to this watch, even though today was Speedy Tuesday. I automatically just put this watch on.
Now, are you working tonight or are you off tonight?
Me, I'm off. I don't work until Thursday, Christmas Eve.
Nice.
Jesus God Almighty.
Yeah.
Going on Christmas Eve. That sucks.
Blue shirt. Like I said, I've got coronavirus, but I will pray for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, and thank you, Hansi. I appreciate it. Slutsman's asking, have you ever used Bob's watches? I have not. I've used Crown and Caliber and was very happy with them.
Yeah, my buddy George that's been on the streams before, Bruce, he just bought he bought an Omega from them, and he's pretty happy with it.
Yeah,
from Bob's watches.
Yeah, he had to have it serviced, which I think they ended up covering.
Good.
Something was wrong with the crown or something. It was something like a little. It wasn't anything major, but they took care of it for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know Mark Goldberg and Carlos, who's in a bunch of the chats and streams. They bought from David SW, and had good experiences with them.
Right.
And sold.
Now, this is completely hearsay. Okay, so secondhand, but I've also heard with Bob's, buying is a better experience than selling to them.
Mm.
That can be with any kind of third party too, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some things about, about Watchbox doing one is buying is better than selling, and it all depends like which time of year you're doing it in. Like for the Christmas season, these gray market dealers are usually gonna pay you a little bit more because they want to have an inventory for the Christmas time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can get a little bit more.
Because they can get a little bit more, correct. And then after Christmas, if you're buying, you'll probably get a little bit better deal because they want to clean out their inventory.
And if you're selling, probably not as good of a deal.
Correct.
This last man says he never sells. He hoards his watches, and his wife hates it.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if they've been around, if they've been established, sometimes you have to take customer reviews or whatever with a grain of salt, because there's a lot of punters out there that are just fucking nuts.
Correct.
Yeah, they'll just write a bad review just to write a bad review sometimes too.
Or their expectations.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, the thing that you got to keep in mind is nobody in this field of watches is a communist. Everybody's out there to make some money. You can't begrudge somebody to making money.
Definitely.
What about the people that sell Russian watches? Aren't they communists?
No, they're not communists either.
Oh,
not anymore. Only the
okay.
The Chinese.
The people that sell the 1963, they are communists.
Yes, they are communists.
Chinese
they
are.
Ha.
They are indeed communists.
And what about the Cuervo Isabrinos? Are those Cuban?
No, those are Florida Cubans.
Florida, okay.
Yeah.
Hans is saying he loves your 4500V. He wants one.
I think that's Bruce Williams.
Oh, right. Bruce is okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But
it's a fantastic watch. My only beef with the overseas is that it doesn't hack.
Yeah.
Well, and that's been brought up before, but a lot of the finest watches, more of them would not hack than hack.
Correct, and that's fine. And I'm sure for the majority of people out there, it's not an issue. And I say more power to you. It's just for me, if I'm paying $20,000 for a watch, has to hack.
Well, and I think we can wind that point a little bit. If you're going to buy a watch, get the watch you want.
Yeah.
Don't settle. Don't compromise.
Correct.
Definitely. Says that's my long-term grail there. One of these days. Ain't no time
it's a beautiful watch and value for money. You get an alligator leather. You get with a deployant and a rubber, and one of the best bracelets made.
A little funny caveat to that. Did you see producer Michael's video on the? I think he had I can't remember. It was either AP or it might have been a Vastron with the crocodile leather. And he's like, oh, well, you can't swim in it because the crocodile leather will get ruined. It's like, it's crocodile.
Yeah, I can't take there's only so much producer Michael I can take. So I don't watch a lot of his stuff.
Like, I think he's an enthusiast, but I don't know if he really knows watches like he claims to. Like, I think he's into them.
He knows Jake.
There are times I've sat there with YouTube on the TV with his video highlighted, remote in hand, and it's just like, nah.
He's got great producer background, though. I mean, Will Smith, Fresh Prince, 90210, all those great, old shows.
Yeah. No, you got to tip your hat to him. It's just, some of the stuff he buys is
Yeah,
you just got to shake your head. But hey, that's what makes the world go round. Everybody's different.
definitely. Slatsman saying he bought a boss stock from R2A and they fixed a major issue without issue. Nice.
Right.
I've heard of R2A. I don't think I've ever. I think that's where that boss stock Yorp I had came from. The yellow one I had a while back came from them.
Well, I prefer R2D2.
R2D2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though he is kind of a punk bitch for a robot. For a dwarf.
Slatsman is saying his videos that aren't watch related are pretty good.
Okay.
I can believe that.
Like I said, I feel like he's an enthusiast. I just don't feel like he knows as much as he claims to about watches.
There's a difference between an enthusiast and an expert.
Yeah.
And I think some people like to act like they're experts, but claim to be enthusiasts using the enthusiast label as a shield.
Uh-huh.
Hey guys, it's another enthusiast.
Definitely. That's one thing I learned with watches. You learn something new every day.
That's it.
Yeah, at least one thing new every day. God, going in Thursday, Bruce, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah. It'll be a madhouse.
I'm
We're opening
sure.
a little bit earlier and closing a little bit earlier, so that's the only saving grace.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good. So you get to be home with the wife for a little bit Christmas Eve then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, we work. We don't work Thursday night. We're off Thursday through Saturday. We go back Sunday. So luckily, I'll be able to.
Mm-hmm.
The girlfriend and I will go over to my parents' house, watch my nephews and niece. So nothing too crazy. Yeah, they're 10, 8, and 6. So they're at the fun age.
Well, at this point, I've got like great nephews. And their dads won't let me do anything with them because they remember what I did with their dads. They remember what I did with them. But seriously, okay, but all right. So I was using military grade explosives, but it was the 4th of July.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Yo,
Watches and Giggles. What's up? No, other Chris.
Oh,
Watches and
okay.
Giggles. What's up, man?
how's it going, bud? Too many Bruces, too many Chris's, right?
There's a bunch of Bruces and a bunch of Chris's. Because it's complicated, Chris, as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we can ask on it's complicated.
There you go.
Yeah. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I saw he did a collab with Paul, a couple weeks ago?
Which Paul?
Thorpe.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Pauls, too.
Yeah. We won't name one of them.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he did a collab with Paul Thorpe, I think a couple weeks ago. It's been.
Oh, hey, Chris, how are you doing? How do you guys think Paul's going to work? I think with the Rolex register, the Lost and Stolen register, I think he's like Don Quixote.
Yeah, he's chasing windmills because Rolex wants no part of that anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's extra effort. It's possible liability. Now they will do it. Now I think though they might still have it, but it just might be their ADs that have access to it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. Not out there for the general punter.
Right. So that way it stops their ADs from getting burned from taking on a trade or buying it and hopefully to resell it.
Yeah.
But also, I just don't see that as a positive sign. It's like when Panerai quit doing that, we're not going to authenticate. It's just like, really? That to me, that just doesn't have a very positive sign about the brand towards its watches.
True, true. I mean, I think Panerai, I think they still haven't recovered
No. Well,
because they were the hot brand back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember they used to be real. Do you feel like Panerai is making a little bit of a comeback?
A little bit one, but it's like skipping along the bottom.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And I mean, I had for the longest time have had zero interest in Panerai. Just didn't like the aesthetics, didn't like the watches. But now I'm getting a chance to take a look at them closer. I'm really starting to like them. But it is, unless you're buying new from an AD with a discount, man, just be careful buying used. Because you don't even, it's not only just having the box and the papers, you need to have an original sale receipt as well.
Yeah, that's the thing with Panerai too.
The fakes are so good.
I was like kind of turned off by Panerai for the longest time until I tried one on in person, and like I saw like what people were saying. It's like one of those ones I feel like you have to see in person to appreciate.
Exactly, and not only see it in person, but see it on your wrist.
Yeah,
or your penis.
Well, depending on who you are, sure, why not?
Exactly. The trouble is also that, and of course, Panerai started going to all in-house. But the reason why, and that Panerai started becoming safe so well, is that literally selling ETA-based watches for thousands and thousands of dollars. And
right.
Pretty soon,
Right, and then got caught at it.
Well, not just that. No, you're not. Well, I'm not just talking about the Golden Gate. I'm talking about just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because
same can be said for IWC.
True. I like IWC.
They're
I just don't like the price. New.
Well, IWC is even worse because Panerai, at least they're honest about what they're upfront what they're doing. IWC was always playing hide the salami.
I do like the looks of the what is it, the Le Petit Prince?
Le Petit Prince, yep. The Portofino is a beautiful watch.
Mm-hmm.
The Portuguese is great too if you like a bigger watch. But I
like the Top Gun
watch. It's a big watch. Yeah, the Top Gun's cool, and the Spitfire is a very nice watch.
But the trouble is, are they earning their pay? Are they earning their keep?
They're a little lazy.
Yeah,
they're a little lazy.
I think there's a lot of watches out that are like that. Here's what I'm wondering. I'm just wondering if Omega is slowly and quietly positioning themselves to being in more position to actually take on Rolex.
I think they're trying.
I think they're going after him.
Not right now, but I'm talking about maybe in like 2 or 3, 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're certainly charging like they are.
Yep.
Got Rick in the house. What's going on, Rick?
How are you? Good to see
Rick,
you.
Get off the watches. That's bad for them.
What watch you wearing tonight, Rick? Today, whatever time.
Well, I'm just wearing this nice little obscure $50,000 watch that you guys have never heard of. Oh, nice.
Yes, agree, Hansi. They need to taper their bracelets. They do indeed.
Yeah, I do. I think you're right, though. I feel like Omega is definitely going after Rolex. Like you said, probably the next couple of years, Clyde. I feel like you think they might try to make it to where you can actually, which you right now you still can, or do you think they're going to get scarce, kind of like Rolex too?
If they start getting enough attention, and if they start earning their wage, if people start seeing their watches as worth what they're being charged, then it could go that way easily. I mean, like now, so far they're still, like the James Bond. It's good. I'd like it, but it's kind of gimmicky. They'll rely on special editions. But when I heard about the new Speedmaster, I thought, well, that is.
Now, one thing I was thinking, now, of course, you obviously, I'm not sexist or anything like that. Now, with the new Bond coming out after this last one being a female, do you think that will hurt the brand name? Because I think a lot of guys are like old school like me, where they're used to Bond being a male. And
Joel, shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not saying that.
Fuck up.
But I'm just saying that they might not watch the movie because of that.
Millennials cannot be old school. Shut the fuck up.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right?
Okay. You mean from back in the day?
Oh man, congrats, Rick! He's wearing a new arrival, White Gold Daytona on an Oyster Flex.
Nice.
Congrats! Beautiful watch.
Nice.
All right. Planet Oceans. Okay. Possibly, but I don't know. The thing is, though, that's a special edition, and what I see that doing is driving up the price of those on the secondary market once they're gone, because people know, well, unless they come out, unless they admit, whoops, we made a mistake and come out with a dude like after the next one, then yeah.
And they've actually made the POs a lot more wearable for a lot more people too, bringing out, what is it, like a 39.5 millimeter?
Something like that. I was just going to say the Planet Ocean is kind of a niche watch because you really got to like a big watch. Now, even though they made it in a smaller size, it's still a thick,
chunky.
Yeah, it's a chunky monkey.
Pardon me for 1 second, guys.
Good. I do like that new white Dow PO, the one that Bruce Williams did a video on a bit ago. Bruce, did you see that with the orange bezel?
Yeah,
I think Barry Clooney just picked one up too.
Yeah, very, very nice looking watch. I really like that one. I haven't been the biggest fan in the past of Planet Oceans, but I like that one.
Hans is saying it's what the Gen X guys are quietly saying in the dark rooms.
What? Sorry about that. I had to fire up
he's got two POs, and he's got an old 42 and the new 42.
Nice, Hansi. Nice.
Yeah.
And Rick has one. He said he finds it a bit too chunky.
Yeah, there they are.
Well, yeah. And that is a problem I have with the coaxial movement is masterful. It's a technical achievement. It more than matches probably anything coming out of Rolex, including their brand new movements. It matches or surpasses it. The trouble is, they're chunky monkeys.
The Rolex definitely does wear better after trying on that Sea Dweller. I feel like the Sea Dweller wears a little bit better than the PO.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to fire up my oxygen thingy.
Good.
No worries, man.
Yeah, you guys about ready to call it a day since we're closing in on about 50 minutes there?
Yeah, it's your show, man. So
yep.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on, and thanks everybody in the chat for joining in, guys. We will all see you guys next time.
Chris, you want to thank everyone for coming?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Thanks everybody for coming in on the chat and chiming in.
Okay.
Appreciate everybody. I will see you guys next time.
Later, fellas.
Merry Christmas.